Hey YouTube fam, welcome back. This practice is going to be a double upload for me, meaning that I'm putting it here on YouTube. I'm also putting it inside of my online membership website called the Kula. I upload 3 classes per week inside of the Kula, so if you want more frequent classes than what I'm putting here on YouTube, or if you want longer or more variety than what I'm putting on YouTube, there is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, I think something like 900 classes right now inside of the Kula, the library built upon itself. So anytime you join, you get access to the whole thing for the whole duration of your membership. There are intermediate advanced practices, there are ooey gooey feel-good practices, they're literally titled that, mellow flows, meditation, breath work, ways to expand and learn more within your practice. It is a whole online studio with endless opportunities to explore your practice in that space. So with that said, I'm sharing this practice with you here today so that you can get a taste of a normal upload inside the Kula, and I hope to see you in there. There will be a code posted below if you want to join in for a free trial, try a month free. Other than that, I have in-person trainings and retreats coming up always on the schedule, so those links will be below too. I'm getting ready to announce new dates for 200-hour and 300-hour teacher training containers, including a cadaver lab in-person anatomy module, learning the human body as part of a 300-hour continuing ed option. And with all of that said, if you have any curiosities of how you can join me to practice more in person or online, everything is below. And let's go ahead and start this practice, this strength-based vinyasa. There's a lot of strength building movements inside of this flow today. We're going to start in a seat at the back of the mat on the shins. I would suggest having a block or two nearby, and then land for these first couple of moments with hands into the lap and close down the eyes. Again, knowing that when we do start moving in just a moment, we're gonna jump right into the heat of things, the flow of things relatively quickly today. But let these first 5 cycles of breath be an arrival space, so showing up, but pulling yourself onto your mat in not just a physical way, but energetic as well. Draw out your breaths a little longer and slower. Take a slow, steady breath in all the way to the top, filling up. And a slow, steady breath out all the way to the bottom. As you're ready to blink open the eyes, bring all 10 fingers to interlace out in front of you and circle the wrists around. Rolling them around in one direction. Swap it out, roll them out in the other. Press the palms forward, round through the back body. So straightening out through the arms, reach the back of the heart for the space behind you. And as you get straight through the elbows, I want you to imagine figure 8 that you're going to draw with your hands in the space out in front of you. So you're just kind of circling it around, figure 8s, moving into the tissues of the side body, the thoracic cavity. Stay straight through the elbows, keep rounding through the back, switch direction of your figure 8s. And then press the palms up towards the sky, keep the arms straight. Try not to take the rib cage with you. So what I mean by that is that as you lift the arms, if the heart lifts, the rib cage flares out. Can you root the ribs down and in, engage into the core, pull the pinky edge of the hands towards the space behind you, get a little more straight through the elbows and hold this space for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, release the hands, tabletop position, shift it forward. Circle out the wrists, so take some circles in one direction, rolling it out. Switch it out, circle it the other direction. Find your way back through the middle, drive into the knuckle ridge of the hands, lift the heels of the hands up, and then drop them down, and then lift and lower and lift and lower. Saying hello to the muscles in your forearms. Find your way back to center. A couple cycles of cat-cow here. Inhale to open the heart. Exhale to round through the back body. Couple rounds just like this, keeping it simple. But of course, any other movements that you want to add in are welcome. Find your way back to the middle, tuck the toes, lift the knees to a hover above the mat, pause. A little scrub of the heels of the hands back, the toes forward. Lift the right toes to an inch above the mat. Can you pop up onto left fingertips? Maybe tap the left hand to the right shoulder. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, back through the middle, left toes hover. Welcome to stay there. Pop up onto right fingertips. Maybe right hand taps left shoulder for 5, 4, 3, 2, back through the middle one more time each side. Right toes, left hand, 5, 4, 3, 2, back through center, swap it out. Left toes, right hand, 5, 4, 3, 2, back to your hover. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Wave it up and back, downward facing dog. When we're here to pedal out the feet, bend into one knee, bend into the other knee, shift it around, move it around, wiggle it out. A big wave up the spine rolls you forward, plank pose. Bend the elbows lower halfway, chaturanga. Press up, plank pose, and then wave it back, downward dog. Couple more times like that. Roll it forward, high plank, lower half. Press it up, and wave it back. Let's go 3 more. Wave it forward. Welcome to hold the top or lower half. Press it up, wave it back. 2 more times. Wave it forward, lower half. Press it up, wave it back, roll it forward, lower half, pause, and then lower all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes, locust pose, lift the heart, lift the toes, arms reach back towards airplane wings, or you could reach them out in front of you. Can you bump the chest a little taller? Think of lifting not just your toes up off the floor, but also your knees up off the floor. As you exhale here, cactus the elbows, slide the shoulder blades together and down the back body as the elbows pull down towards the top of the hips. In breath, reach the arms long, palms face each other. 2 more times, exhale, cactus the elbows. Can you lift up even a little more? 1 more time, reach it out, long through the elbows. Exhale, cactus, and then let it go. Hands to the floor, tuck the toes. Can you think chaturanga, so that halfway press up? Keep the knees either grounded or lifted, your choice, but chaturanga, lift halfway, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, plank pose, find the top, and then wave it back, downward facing dog. Slow, steady breath in here, fill up. Slow breath all the way out. On your next inhale, lift the right toes high. We've done something similar already in tabletop. Can you pop up onto left fingertips and reach left hand maybe back by the left hip? Let the wobbles be there. If you want more here, you could shift forward, maybe right knee taps right elbow. And then you kick it all the way back. And then 2 more times, maybe you shift forward, right knee taps right elbow. Kick it all the way back. 1 more time, right knee pulls forward towards right elbow. Let's all drop the left hand back down to the mat and then step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Pop up onto fingertips to start here. Find a bit of a bounce with the hips. Just a little lift and lower. Now you might choose to bring hands up onto blocks here, or fingertips can stay on the floor. I want you to drop the hips as low as you can. You either have fingertips or palms to either the floor or blocks. I want you to imagine chaturanga in the arms. Can you bend the elbows and lower to some capacity? And then straighten through the arms, press up to the top. 2 more times, bend the elbows. Straighten out. 1 more time, bend, find your depth, hold there. As you press back to the top, high horizon, roll to the outside edges of the feet, drive the hips up. So keeping it active, driving the hips up towards the sky. Side plank on the left side, can you step the right foot back? Could be one big step or a couple little steps. Any version of side plank, of course, is welcome. I'm gonna play here with pulling the right knee towards chest. Can you step the right foot about halfway up the mat and point the right toes off to the right side of the mat? So kind of a funky shape here. But if you go with me, we're gonna drive into the right foot. Can you play with lifting the left foot up off the floor? Maybe left knee taps left elbow. Kick it back. 2 more times, maybe left knee, left elbow, or you're simply holding. Kick it back. 1 more time, left knee might tap left elbow. Step it back, wild thing. Step the right toes up and over, drive the hips high. As you inhale, unwind to your plank shape, wrists underneath the shoulder. This time in your plank pose, I want you to make it as long as you can. So you're gonna crawl the hands forward, you're gonna wiggle the toes back, and you're in this really extended kind of Superman version. Let the shakes be there if they're there. I'm speaking to me as well right now. Press the floor away from you with the hands. Maybe you can wiggle it even a little bit longer. Tuck the tailbone, engage the glutes. You're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Vinyasa, however you want to do it. Could be a traditional vinyasa, can always skip the flows. As you meet your down dog, it'll be an inhale that lifts the left toes high. Now again, layering in options. You can stay here, you can pop up on the right fingertips, you could reach the right hand back by the right hip. Let the wobbles be there. As you're ready, you might play with a shift forward. Left knee could tap the left elbow. And then you kick it up and back. And then 2 more times. Maybe you shift forward, left knee taps the elbow. Kick it up and back. 1 more time, left knee pulls forward. Right hand finds the floor if it's not there yet. Left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Pop up onto fingertips, or again, hands to blocks, always welcome. Find a little bit of a bounce with the hips to start. With hands, either on the floor or onto blocks, whether it's fingertips or palms. Let's bend the elbows. Think chaturanga. Keep the back of the right thigh pressing up towards the sky. So your elbows bend. Straighten out, back up to the top. Bend the elbows. Up to the top. 1 more time. Bend. Hold your depth. Back of the right thigh lifts up. 5, 4, 3, 2, straighten up to the top, high horizon. Roll to the outside edges of both feet. Drive into the outside edges of the feet as the hips lift up. Left hand is to sky. Pull the right shoulder blade onto the back body. Left foot takes its journey back to a side plank, Vashisthasana. Either left foot stacks on top of right foot, or any other variations you'd like to take here. Start to play with the pull of the left knee in towards the chest. Step the left foot halfway up the mat, left toes point left. You might stay exactly here. You might shift weight into your left foot so the right toes can lift. You might pull the right knee to tap the right elbow and then kick it back. 2 more times, maybe right knee taps. Extend it back. Once more, right knee pulls in. Kick it back. Outside edge of right foot to the floor. Left foot steps up and over and behind. Kamakkarasana, wild thing. Drive the hips up. As you find your inhale, come back through the middle plank pose. Walk the hands forward, walk the toes back. You're in this extended plank shape, and you're hanging out here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders and take it through a vinyasa. Come on to toes. Bend the knees. Exhale, step, walk, hop, handstand. However you journey the feet to the hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose at Katasana, knees bend, sit low, reach the fingertips up and over. Maybe sink the hips even a little deeper. Come onto the toes, let the heels lift. Sink the hips a little lower. Sink the hips a little lower. Lower the hips until you're at that really sticky point just before the bottom. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower the hips all the way to the heels. Lower heels to the floor, hips to the floor, low boat pose. High boat, low boat, high boat, low boat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Find the top. We're going to come out the way that we came in, meaning you plant your feet, you lean the upper body out. You can use the hands for help if you need. Lift the hips, come right back up, toes pose. And if you need hands or blocks to help you along the way, do your thing. We're going to meet in a down dog. If you'd like to add on a crow pose or even an inversion, you're more than welcome to it. You can, of course, skip right past it. Maybe it's a vinyasa. Eventually, to your downward facing dog. Let's do exactly that a couple more times. Come onto toes, bend into knees. Exhale, step, walk, or hop the feet. Top of mat fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Utkatasana, knees bend, sit low, sweep fingertips up and over. Slight tuck of the tailbone. And then shift to the toes, let the heels lift. Sink the hips a little lower, make it slow, spice it up, pause in the really sticky spot. 5, 4, 3, 2, lower the hips all the way to heels. Heels to floor, hips to floor, lean it out, low boat pose to high boat pose for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going back to toes pose. As you lift to the top, toes plant, lean it out, heels lift. Maybe ride into a crow or an inversion, or skip right past it. Simply step back, hop back. We meet in a downward dog. We've got one more time through, just like that. Come onto toes, bend into knees. Exhale, step, walk, hop the feet, top of mat, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees at Katasana, chair pose, lift it up. Shift to the toes, heels lift. Sink the hips a little lower, slow it down, a little lower. Hold sticky spot at the bottom last time for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hips lower all the way to heels. Heels to floor, hips to floor, lean it out, low boat pose. High boat, low to high, to low to high. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Find the top, plant the toes, lean it out, lift the heels, lift the hips. Maybe it's a crow, maybe it's a step or a hop straight back through any version of your vinyasa that you like. And eventually to your downward dog. On your inhale from here, right toes lift. Left hand might pull back by the left hip. Same but different to our first flow. Pull the right knee in, tap the right knee towards right elbow maybe, and then kick it up and back. Left hand plants to the floor. Pull the right knee, right elbow. Step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Right away, bend into the elbows. Think chaturanga, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Straighten through the arms, high horizon. Roll to the outside edges of the feet, drive the hips up. Step the right foot back, some version of your side plank. Bump the hips up. Step the right foot halfway up the mat. Right toes point off to the left. Maybe left toes lift. You simply hold here this time. Can you lift the left foot higher? Can you roll the right shoulder open? Knit the low ribs down and in. 5, 4, 3, 2, outside edge of left foot down, step the right foot up and over behind. You're gonna keep the left leg straight, right knee bent. Drop the hips all the way down to the floor. Point out the left toes. Hold on to the right shin. Can you lift the left foot up off the floor? And then lower it down. And then lift it up, lower it down. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, lower back down. Wild thing, left hand plants. Drive the hips up and then unravel to your plank shape. Wrists underneath the shoulders. Superman plank, walk it out, hands forward, toes back. Press the floor away from you with the hands. Tuck tailbone, engage glutes. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders and move it through your vinyasa. On your inhale, left toes lift. Maybe right hand pulls back by the right hip. Maybe you pull it forward, left knee taps left elbow. And then kick it all the way back. Right hand to the floor, left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Lean the chest out, bend the elbows, lower, hold. As you press back to the top, high horizon, roll to the outside edges of both feet, drive the hips up. Shift your weight to the outside edge of the right foot, step back, some version of your Vashisthasana side plank. And as you pull the left knee in, left foot steps halfway up the mat, left toes point left. Drive into the left heel, lift the right toes up. Work on rolling the right rib cage underneath, left shoulder on top, lift the right toes high. 5, 4, 3, 2, outside edge of right foot to the floor. Keep the right leg straight. Left toes step up and over and behind, left knee is bent. Lower the hips all the way down so you're facing the back of the mat. Forearms around the left shin or hold on to the left shin. Get tall here. Point out the right toes. Can you lift the right foot? Lower it down. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Keep rolling with it. Lift and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower down. Unravel back to your wild thing, right hand plants. Engage the glutes, drive the hips up. Plank pose. As you get there, you know where we're going, walk it out. Hands walk forward, toes walk back. Can you make it your longest one yet? So wiggle it out even a little more. Hands forward, toes back, press the floor away. 5, 4, 3, 2, walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Vinyasa. All right, come onto toes. Bend into knees. Exhale, step, walk, hop, handstand, however you journey to the top of the mat, forward fold. In breath, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, bring it all the way to stand, sweeping fingertips up and over. Exhale, palms meet at the heart. Shift your weight into the left foot. Pull the right knee up into the chest. We're gonna take some shrimp squats, which means left knee, standing leg. Left knee is gonna bend. As you do, hinge forward. Right knee is gonna reach towards the floor. Maybe it taps. You can always use right toes as a kickstand. As you drive back into the left heel, come all the way back to stand. And then we repeat. Let's go 3 more. Left knee bends, hinge forward at the left hip, right knee reaches for the floor, maybe it taps, all the way back up to stand. You can use hands to floor or blocks as you need. And again, right toes can be used as a kickstand if you need for some extra support. 1 or 2 more. Next time you find the top, pause, hold there. Straighten the right leg forward. Pull the right toes towards you. Warrior 3, lever the right leg back, bring the spine forward, pull the low ribs up and in. If you can, arms reach out in front of you. Pull the low ribs up and in. Bump the right hip down. Active in the right toes, active in the right glutes. Double bent leg lunge, left knee bends, right toe step back. Right knee hovers. So the right knee is to 1 inch above the floor. Squeeze the feet towards each other, tuck the tailbone down. Pivot open to the right, goddess. Right knee opens to the right. Heels drop, palms to touch at the heart. Sink to your depth here, so drive the hips as low as you can, and then once you find your depth, can you pulse in and out for, let's say, 8. Straighten through the legs, come all the way to the top. Warrior 2. Right foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. You might make your stance a little longer. On your inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand, right thigh. Hands find the floor, frame out the left foot. This time step back to a 3-pointed plank, meaning the left toes step back, but they hover above the floor. With the left toes to hover, can you bend the elbows or halfway chaturanga? Press back to the top. Right arm reaches forward. Keep the left toes lifted the whole time. Right hand drops back down, lower halfway chaturanga. Press up. Right arm reaches forward. One more time, right hand plants, lower halfway. Press it up. Right arm reaches forward. Hands and feet to the floor, your vinyasa. Meeting up and back in a downward dog and pausing when you get there. Come on to toes, bend into knees. Exhale, step, walk, hop, play. Journey to top of mat, forward fold. In breath, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, bring it all the way to stand. Sweep the fingertips up and over. And then palms come to touch at the heart. Shift your weight into the right foot. Pull the left knee up into the chest. Left thigh hugs to left rib cage. Shrimp squats. So we're gonna hinge forward, lean out with the chest. Left knee reaches behind you, and as the right knee bends, left knee taps the floor. Again, left toe to the kickstand anytime you need, and then bring it right back up to the top. And take a few more. Again, knowing that you can use hands for help on the floor or on blocks. Left toes can be used as a kickstand. You could play with pace, you could play with slowing it down or speeding it up. Take one more. And when you're back up at the top, pause there. Straighten the left leg forward, pull the left toes back. Get taller through the crown. Warrior 3, lever the left leg behind you, reach the arms out in front of you, but again, you can always bring arms back to airplane wings as a modification. Pull low ribs up and in. Engage into your left glutes. Don't forget about your lifted leg here. Right knee bends, double bent leg lunge. Left toe step back, left knee hovers. Tuck the tailbone down. Get straight through the elbows. Pull the thumbs back behind you, but don't take the rib cage with you. Keep ribs knitted down and in. Pivot open to the left, goddess. Again, here we're gonna find our depth, so sink as low as you can, but keep the shoulders pulling back, hips driving forward, tailbone tucked. And as you find your depth here, a little bit of a bounce in and out of your depth. Keep driving the knees away from each other. And carving out a little bit more space every time you drop the hips to their lowest. Straighten through the legs, come all the way to the top. Right toes pivot forward. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse, left hand, left thigh, right arm up and over. Hands find the mat, frame out the right foot. Step the right foot back to your 3-pointed plank. All right, the fun part. Elbows bent, lowering you halfway. Press up as you find the top. Can you reach the left hand forward? Left hand drops, lower half. Press up. Reach the left hand forward. Left hand plants, lower half. Press up. Left hand forward. Hands and feet to the floor. Vinyasa. One more time for that sequence. Same but different. Per the usual, come onto toes, bend into knees. Exhale, step, walk, hop. Feet to top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Fingertips reach up and over. Palms touch at the heart. Shift your weight into the left foot. Right knee pulls to the chest. 3 in a row this time. Shrimp squats. Right knee taps to the top. It's all good if you're at a different pace with me. Tap. Drive it up. Just one more. Tap to the top. Straighten the right leg forward. And then sweep it into your warrior 3. Double bent leg lunge. Left knee bends, right toe step back. Right knee finds a hover. Pivot open to the right, goddess pose. Find your depth. Straighten through the legs, find the top. Warrior 2, top of mat, left knee bends. This time, side angle pose. Reach the left fingertips forward and down. Reach the right arm to the front of the room. Palm faces down. If you want more here, left arm also reaches to the front of the room. And you hold for 5. Roll the right shoulder open. Sweep it to your Skandasana, back of the mat. Hips pull to the right heel. Back to your side angle pose. Maybe both arms reach forward. Back to your Skandasana, back of the mat. One more time, sweep it forward. Side angle. Right hand finds the mat. Now we've been here before. Roll to the outside edge of right foot like you were going to go to a high horizon. Step the left foot up and over. So right leg is straight, left toe step behind you, left knee is bent. Lower the hips to the floor. You have options. You can come back to this lift and lower that we were in before. Or you could lean it out and find a low pistol. Hands can be used for support, for a little help with the lift. Also totally fine if left heel lifts from the floor. Whatever shape you're in, you're there for 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower the hips down if they've lifted. Wild thing, drive it up. As you unravel through the middle, we're gonna find a 3-pointed plank, so left toes stay lifted. Right arm reaches forward. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hands and feet to the floor, Vinyasa. Come onto toes, bend into knees. Exhale, feet to top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to the top. Exhale, pulse palms to touch at the heart space. Shift your weight into the right foot. Left knee pulls into the chest. Last 3 shrimp squats of practice. Right knee bends, leaning you out. Tap the left knee and then lift it all the way back up. 2 more times. Lean it out, tap. Drive it up. 1 more time. As you find the top, pause. Pull the left knee up. Straighten the left leg forward. Sweep it to your warrior 3. Arms reach out in front of you if you can. Bump the left hip down. Double bent leg lunge, right knee bends, left toe step back, left knee hovers, hold. Pivot open to the left, goddess. Find your depth. Our last time here, find your depth. Drive the heels into the floor, knees away from each other, pull shoulders back, and pulse in and out of it. Straighten through the legs, come all the way to the top. Warrior 2, right toes point forward, right knee bends. Side angle pose, right arm forward and down, reach the left fingertips towards the front of the room. Left palm faces the floor. If you want more, right arm reaches forward as well. Palms to face each other. Scoop the right rib cage underneath you. Bend a little more into the right knee. Sweep it to the back. Skandasana, hips all the way to the left heel. And we'll pull it back forward, some version of your side angle pose. Maybe both arms reach forward, just an option. Skandasana, hips all the way to the left heel. Last time. All the way forward, side angle pose. And then lower the left hand down to the mat. Reach the right arm up and over. Think high horizon as you roll to the outside edge of the left foot. But now right foot is gonna step up and over and behind. Right knee is bent, left leg is extended. Drop the hips all the way down to the floor. So you're seated with the right knee bent facing the back of the mat. You can point the left toes. Play with the lift and lower here. You could lean it out. Hands for help as you need. Maybe you find a low pistol. Or some version of it. Hips can lift and left heel can be on the floor. Or hips can be lowered and left heel can lift like we've done. Lower down, wild thing, lift it up. 3-pointed plank, right hand plants, right toes kick back. Maybe left arm reaches forward and you hold. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, plank pose, Vinyasa. When you make it back to your down dog, soften the forearms down to the floor so that you find a dolphin pose. When you are in dolphin, you are more than welcome and encouraged actually to find a bend into the knees so that you can prioritize pulling the heart back towards the thighs. Press the floor away from you with the forearms. Drive off the balls of the feet to keep the legs active, but don't worry about straightening the legs. Pull the chest back. Press the floor away. Now shift your gaze forward. Can you lean out and tap your nose to the floor between your thumbs and then pull the heart back? Spicy. Okay, now let's repeat that 9 more times. Shift forward, tap. Pull it back. Tap. Pull it back. All good if you're not with my pace. Keep rocking with it. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Pull it back, hold. And then soften the knees to the floor, untuck the toes, sit the hips to the heels. Shake it out. Shake out the wrists, the shoulders, the elbows. Nice work. Let's go into standing on the shins. By the way, every time I make my schedule and I see, like today's the day I'm recording a 5-spice practice, I'm really working myself to be in it with you guys. So I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun with me. And I'm definitely sweating. I hope you're sweating with me. Shift your weight into the left knee. Pull right knee up into the chest. If you want to take some time to be in the balance here, you can. Always a good exploration to make time for. Eventually, right foot is going to reach and step as far forward as you can. And once it lands, I want you to wiggle right toes forward even more. Now from here, you're going to drive into the right heel, tuck onto the left toes. Can you lift the left knee and tap it back down? Lift it up, tap it down, lift it up, tap it down, lift it up, keep it lifted, bounce the hips. Now move it around, straighten through right leg, straighten through left leg, shift your weight around, let it be wobbly. Let your legs be on fire if they are, and if they aren't, make your stance wider. Soften the left knee down to the floor, half split or full split, straightening any amount through the right leg, sliding right leg forward, left leg back any amount. Hands are either on the floor on either side of the right leg, or they're elevated onto blocks. Now I want you to imagine that your right foot was a windshield wiper blade on your car window. I want you to roll the pinky edge of the right foot towards the floor over to the right, but I don't want you to take your hips with you. So I don't want the whole pelvis to shift left. I want pelvis to stay stable, and you're rolling the pinky edge of the right foot off to the right. Feel that happening in the hip joint. And then roll it over to the other side. And again, your pelvis is not moving to the right with you. You're keeping pelvis stable. Let the movement happen at the hip. And then side to side a couple times. Come back through the middle. If you've gone towards full split, let's come back to half. We're all gonna slide the right heel back a bit so that we can bend into the right knee. And if you need to lift the left knee along the way, you can. We're just gonna shimmy into a pigeon pose. So right knee towards the right wrist, left leg is extended long behind. But we're gonna keep this pigeon pose active because you chose a 5-spice practice today, right? Of course, you're welcome to soften into the passive stretch if you like. If you're with me, hands walk back by the hips, either on the floor or on blocks, or if it's available, hands lift. I'm gonna move into what I've recently learned from Isa. It's called piriformis push-ups because you have a muscle deep into your outer hip called your piriformis. This is what we're targeting here, somewhat. All right, hinge forward. Heart taps the right calf, shin, wherever it lands. And then press into the shin to lift back to the top. Lower, tap. Lift it up. If you want more, arms can reach up overhead as you do this. If you want more still, you can hold onto a block while you do this. Next time you're at the top, I simply want you to pause there. If hands are lifted up off the floor, lift them up overhead. Maybe you're holding onto a block. Here for a final 5, 4, 3, 2. It's going to be a step back to a downward dog. So release props, plant the hands, tuck the toes, step the right foot back. Let's lift the right leg, bend the knee, open hip. Just a moment to release the shape. So maybe it's circles with the right leg. Swap direction of your circles. And then drop the right foot next to the left foot. Roll it forward, plank pose. Chaturanga, lower half, pause. Lift the right toes from the floor. Right toes drop, left toes lift. Let them drop, right toes. Left toes, press up, plank. And then wave it back. Down dog. Soften knees to the floor. Come up to standing on the shins. Shift your weight into the right foot so left knee can find its lift, its hover, its balance, its play, its wobbles. And then left foot takes its big step to the top of the mat. Same thing, once it lands, can you actually scoot it forward a little bit more? Scoot right leg back a little more. Tuck onto the right toes to start. Lift the right knee up off the floor. And then tap. And then lift and tap. A couple more. Next time you've lifted, hold. Keep the lift of the right knee, but now find a little bounce with the hips. And can you make it buoyant? Can you feel the ripple of the movement all the way up into the crown of the head? You might feel like a little bit of a bobblehead or like you're floating on water that has a little bit of turbulence at the surface. And then move it around. Straighten through one leg, straighten through the other leg. Shift your body weight around. 5, 4, 3, 2. Soften right knee to the floor. Half split or full split. Left leg straightens any amount. Pull the hips back. Hands frame out the left leg. And left toes pull back towards you. And same thing. I want you to imagine that your left foot was a windshield wiper on a car window. You're going to roll the pinky edge of the left foot left, and then back through the middle. Big toe mound right, back through the middle. Your pelvis is staying as stable as possible, so your hips are not swaying side to side, so that the movement can be isolated at the ball and socket joint of your left hip. And just a little extra layer of knowledge if you want it. As the pinky edge of the foot is moving towards the floor, you're bringing the hip into external rotation. And as the big toe mound is moving towards the floor, you're moving towards internal rotation. Most of us have quite a bit more external rotation than internal rotation. That's a pretty normal phenomenon. But you might just notice differences. Does one direction feel more difficult, more effortful, more or less spacious? All right, come back through the middle. We're headed towards pigeon pose. So slide left heel back, bend left knee. Wiggle the left foot over to the right so that you can drop the left knee to the left wrist. Same. Hands can stay in front of you as you need. If you can, hands journey back by the hips. Possible that hands are up onto blocks or that they're lifted completely. Then we get to find these piriformis push-ups, hinging out, tap heart towards left shin, and then back up to the top. Lower tap, drive it up, lower tap, drive it up. Same thing if you wanted to bring a block into the mix or extend arms up overhead without the block. You can. Last two. Lift up, hold the top, whether your hands are on the floor or lifted or up overhead or holding onto your block. You're at where you're at for a final 5. Release props, hands to the mat, step it back down, dog, left toes kick back, bend the open hip, roll it around. Left foot drops next to right foot. Wave it forward, plank. Our last spicy vinyasa, lower halfway, pause. Lift the left toes, let them drop. Lift the right toes, let them drop. Left toes, drop. Right toes, drop. Lower all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes. One more locust pose, lift the heart. Lift the toes, squeeze the glutes. Maybe arms reach out long in front of you. If you want one last little bit of spice here, right hand reaches back towards the back of the right knee, and then swim it over to the left to tap the left knee, and then sweep it from side to side. Getting into the back line of the body. And then back through the middle and release. Maybe a little wiggle of the hip side to side. We've done a lot of engagement, a lot of contracting today. Now can you do exactly the opposite? Child's pose, ground into the knees, pull the hips all the way back. And then walk the hands back towards you. We're just making our way down to the back body, swinging the legs around. As you find your way to the back, just one back bend here. I'll talk us into bridge. You could take it elsewhere. Supported bridge, wheel pose otherwise. If you're with me, to drive into the heels, to lift the hips up. A scrub of the heels towards the shoulder blades. Tractioning the kneecaps forward, the hips high. And then lower the spine all the way back down. Windshield wiper the legs side to side a couple times. We're moving pretty quickly towards Savasana. You could play with a pause on one side before sweeping it over to the other. And eventually you make your way all the way into Shavasana, sliding the legs long, the arms down by the sides, the palms to face up. Closing down the eyes. Allow for the weight of the body to soften, release into the support beneath you. Thank you for sharing your practice, for leaning into something a little bit more spicy, heat building, full of effort. And now the ask is that we release, we settle into stillness. I hope you take several more minutes to simply be here. And I look forward to seeing you back here soon. Namaste.